I'm an old girl, 1992. I don't remember this player. Okay, what do I do here? My opponent has grand larceny. I have 6 available. I think I've got to take depressions and take a coin. This is the right thing to do. On the other hand, that means my opponent gets a scratch, but scratch. I don't want my opponent to have the scratch. But neither of these cards really do anything to help me ramp. Okay, let's do this. I realize that allows for a potential out card, but the bonfire is a lot better than getting another bit of coin. Choice. Opponent correctly gets rid of the Black Sacrament. Really don't want the purple card. I really don't want them to have the Elder Witch. I'd rather he takes the Dreaming Cave than just leave the Elder Witch alone. But he didn't hit Dreaming Cave. Going to move. No, I'm not. It wasn't helpful. I knew it was possible that that results in just him getting a different prize. In this case, probably a better prize. It would have been better to just click the Rajin button. Because his shit going off here. What did he buy? He bought a Prowling Shadow. Versus. And whatever that was, which just causes me to start a card. Um, he's only got these things for purple cards though. And it's awkward because I have to destroy something that's good. I could destroy a bit of coin. Also just destroy mainland inquiries. Probably what I'm going to do. Bloody Offering doesn't draw anything. That's not too good, but I can live with it. I'd probably take this. Definitely not what he did. I can understand that. Actually, I did this out of order. I needed the 3 money though. Out of order. I don't know. Let's remove some things and see what their prize is for now. If I had done this better, I could have ensured that well, the stuff I trashed is fine, but I could have perhaps trashed the bewilderment. At this point, I don't want to make rid of coin. And I don't want to take blackmail. It would have been just taking a card strictly to get out of the way, which might have been a good idea, but I didn't have time to think about it. Bloody Offering. Now he's going for the ramp. Instead of thinning out his deck. Could have done that earlier. Okay, so we don't have a purple deck that we're going for anymore. What we have is Midnight Raid deck, which we're not badly set up for. This the prophecy is not helping, but I'm definitely going to be with drawing this. Did you get that for free? He did. And he got lucky. Looks like there's only two. No, he got a Twilight Revelry, and he's got these other Rajin agents. That's scary. Didn't realize he had all these Rajin cards. I didn't notice him take this Twilight Revelry. I have to hit him with versus. I have to hit him with curses. Maybe this bonfire will be here. Maybe. Black sack on it, we can get rid of it. And also take this bonfire. That was not it. None of that was his priority. Um, I've been 3 money to get the bonfire. Let's take it. I could take the black feather knave. He can take the black feather knave probably if I don't get it. Which is a no. I'm going to remove the black feather knave. Perfect. Damn it! I can destroy this. That was the worst possible thing. Maybe it's not, because he's not going to be able to make the best use of the Midnight Raid, but still. That wasn't fortuitous. Takes it, so I think that's actually good for me, because he doesn't take the Stubborn Shadow. I'm able to just remove the Stubborn Shadow. I probably take. I'm not going to get to. Oh, I am going to get to the money. The Carthman Hunter will still. And I can curse him. I cannot curse him. Surprise. Sure. Thought I could curse him. Put the squad. So I can just take the card. Pretty good. Not good. Because I have no way to draw that stuff. Another. I guess I will do that then. What? Come on. Oh, right, I need to do this. Raven. Yes, it's very powerful. I was expecting to take the Karthman Hunter, and it could very well be that the Karthman Hunter is the right play because I'm pushing for the end of the game. The Hag Raven is a little bit slower. Um, but the Hag Raven, absolutely huge threat. It was pretty pointless for me to keep the Bewilderment, which I did because I thought I was going to take the Karthman Hunter and destroy it immediately. It's totally possible that I should have just followed up with my plan anyway. Back here. Hag Raven is there. He's got a very large draw pile. Um, Everything can for itself, which is Curing Shadow sucks. If you wanted to cure Shadow, right? It values this money less than his 2 power that he's not going to do anything else with. He can't manage to get rid of the black stuff. Bad for him. Globe is not a net. Um, Unfortunate. Let me just keep this for now. I'm going to keep the War Song so that I have a chance to draw my Midnight Raid. Is he a good chance? Comboing everything out and getting to a point where he can... I don't think so. I only added 4 points, but I really don't think he can do it. I have seen Seminole Girl 1992 on leaderboard before. I don't know if I played Seminole Girl 1992. Seen this player. Felix end of line. Okay. Alright. Good game. That was a pretty. That was one of the more tactical games in the series so far that I actually have on recording. I'm glad I got that game. Pretty good game. And I think I did it pretty well. My opponent had a better opener on account of going first, but didn't end up materializing that. Prophecy is also a good card. Not the purple cards didn't really come for either of us, but I sort of picked up the the cards that were in front of me, the best cards, which were blue cards, and then I was immediately set up once the Midnight Raid popped up. And my opponent was not set up for the Midnight Raid. I'm not sure if my opponent got rid of their War Song, but again, don't do that. Not necessarily saying that the War Song would have been crucial in this game because Hagraven and stuff, but the War Song definitely helped me. Like, I'm not going to count on getting Hagraven. I don't count on getting Black Contract Action Spy. So the fact that I had that available, always, to always being in my deck such that it's a threat to combo with Midnight Raid is instrumental in getting Midnight Raid to actually fire. And then I ended up also getting a Hagraven, so at that point, once you have the Hagraven, you can get rid of the War Song, but it's nice to have the War Song, once you already have the Midnight Raid, to ensure that this combos reliably. J. Hart Ellis the other day in his channel was telling me about how you should get rid of War Song at the beginning of the game. And I just think this is almost always a mistake to get rid of War Song. Midnight, that game is the example of what I'm talking about. Midnight Raid is the game-winning card. So getting rid of it, or getting rid of its combo potential with War Song, is just not something you want to do. Is it always going to be the game-winning card? Of course not. Sometimes there are other games where, if the Midnight Raid had never shown up in that game, you can go purple. If purple doesn't show up, you can even go blue and spam things like Separa's Insight in order to gain power. Although eventually purple's going to show up and then you go purple. Do big purple stuff. But I guess there are some contexts in which the Midnight Raid is less helpful. If you also have both Flalu and purple in the game, then maybe there's enough power going around that the Midnight Raid really isn't something that you want to worry about as the primary prize. But in a lot of games like this, probably in most situations it is. The context of having Flalu in the game does make things a little different, just as having Raj in the game makes things different. And it's probably not so valuable when you have Flalu because you have different kinds of objectives. I still generally wouldn't get rid of it. So when Flalu is in the game, you have so much more potential that economy generation is going to allow you to eventually win the game than when Flalu is not in the game. That it makes both more sense that you really, the War Song early in the game is preventing you from ramping and really harming you, and also that a lot of the time there's incentive to have a really thick deck At least a deck that's thick enough so you have a bunch of stuff to trash, especially if there's no other way of generating points. Now, if you get a midnight raid immediately, you don't have to do that. You can just play around your midnight raid, presuming that you have, Sigic or something like that in the deck, or purples in the deck. But if you don't get the midnight raid immediately and follow is in the game, and let's say you have like purple and blue, or blue and Rajin, then in that case, it is probably going to be harder for you to actually build around your midnight raid if you get it in the middle or later parts of the game. So I can see a case for it in that case, but in this game with this setup of patrons, definitely not a thing you want to do.